let's just get one thing straight before I start. I will not be stripping off for this video. Sorry to disappoint. Not joking. Oh, I'm not joking, I'm not gonna. But yeah. I am making this video because basically I have tried so many different ways in the past of getting a bath, getting a shower as a wheelchair user, and I've really perfected it over time. But it's such a hard thing to do because, especially as a powered wheelchair user, I couldn't kind of compute how I would get a shower because my chair's electric, and because I don't stand, I couldn't work out how it would work. So for a lot of years, I used to just have baths. I've used hoists, I've used bath chairs, like I've tried so many different things. But now I've got my own adapted place. I have a really good system, and I think it's share worthy because if it helps just one person, then I think that's worthwhile, you know. So, what I'm going to do is kind of bust some myths as well as give some tips and tricks. So, let's just get straight into it. The reason why I got baths all the time was because I couldn't understand how I would get my chair close enough to a shower without breaking my chair. Because once it's such a random story, but I was watering the conifers with my dad once, and the water got into my chair. This was like years and years and years ago, and my chair stopped working. And I think from that scenario, I was like, I can just never get my chair wet. Like, it's a thing. I'm never going to be able to do it. I don't know. You know when you're young and like things happen and then it just cements your point of view. Anyway, so like I would ask my disabled friends, and I was like, "Do you get showers?" I must have sounded but you get it. Like when you're in the community, they're the only people that you can ask, which is why I'm doing this video. Because if I'd have had a video like this, it would have been really helpful. So the first kind of myth I want to bust is if you've got a shower curtain that goes right to the floor, you should be able to get a shower. Like, don't sue me if your chair stops working. But in my experience of trying different showers, that has worked fine for me. As long as you don't put the shower head onto the chair, you're going to be fine. So that's the first thing that I wanted to share. The second top tip is, it sounds simple, but I'm sharing this for people that have never done it before. You might recently be a wheelchair user and just getting to know how to do things. But put a towel on your chair before you get into the shower, so it's ready and available for you to get in. And think about what you might need in terms of like actually washing. Do you need someone to help you do it? Do you need mobility aids to help you wash? Like I'm not going to share those on the internet because I just feel like I'm not ready to do that. But I do have mobility aids that help me wash. And then I also have this is what triggered this idea, was I've just got a new grab rail, which I will put a little scan shot of, and it's helped me so much because, I mean, I have good days and bad days. Not every day I'm able to like do everything myself. Just because of the disability that I've got, it means that sometimes I've got broken bones, sometimes I'm like aching, or I've got less energy. But for the good days, I can wash my own hair. And that grab rail, I can kind of put my arm on the grab rail and touch my head a lot easier, just because I've got like bowed limbs. So working out things like that is really helpful to see, you know, what's achievable, what's doable, and what isn't. And I think tip 3, but it goes with it, is it really takes time. I see like doing housework or, you know, keeping up with your hygiene, it's like physical exercise, and so many people won't realise that until they become disabled and they start to experience it themselves. So when I have a shower, or when I cook my dinner, or when I do something that's physical, I am absolutely shattered. So this is just kind of a message to say, if you can't do it the first time, it doesn't mean you'll never do it. But also on the flip side, if you can't do it, there might be another way that you can. Obviously, it's taken me 30 years to perfect getting a shower. So, yeah, if you're new to this journey and you're not quite sure how to do things yet, don't put pressure on yourself to have it down, because it takes a very long time. So you've got your mobility aid, you do what you can, then it's thinking about what I've mentioned this in like Instagram Reels and TikToks, but the products that you use and what works for you in terms of like bottles and how they open. Like, have a think about what works for you. For me, I've got arthritis in my hands, so thinking about how I can easily open things is something that's really important to me, and actually it is a deciding factor to what I buy and what I don't buy. So that's something to think about. And once you've got your system, it's great, until it becomes discontinued, and then you're like, no, and then you've got to go research again. You've got your products, you've done what you need to do, you've got your towel in your chair. I also have a non-slip mat on, so I get a shower on the bench. I should have said that at the beginning, but it's a really like big bench that covers the whole wall, so I can shuffle onto one side that's dry, and then shuffle down to the shower, get a shower, then shuffle back up to the dry bit and get back in my chair. So on that dry bit, I also have another towel that's on a non-slip mat, so, you know, I don't slip anywhere, because that's another thing for me that can be quite dangerous if I fall or have an accident. So there are little things that you can do. There are like non-slip mats that you can get. Again, another grab rail, which is really useful. And then the final thing that I think is really useful is I have a radiator extender. Now, it just so happens that I have a radiator right next to the dry bit of my shower, which is so perfect, because I can put the radiator on when I get a shower. It can be warming up my towels, and then I can get my towels off. But with short arms, it's quite hard to reach the radiator. So I think I got this, well, I think my mum got me it actually, but it's like a towel extender, and it clips onto the radiator so that the bars come forward, and then I can put towels on, etc, etc. So I would say that's a big part, because then I've got everything I need to my reach, and it's so much easier to get my towel. I've got clean ones. Obviously, it's difficult for me to like wash towels, so I get someone else to like wash them and dry them, and then put them on that extender. So yeah, I feel like I've got my system down, and I just wanted to share the little bits that I do. Oh, I forgot as well, I also have just a box of my products in the shower. So some people have like a shelf, but for me, it's so much easier to be able to move it about, and when I'm sitting in a certain place, I can move it somewhere else, rather than it being on a wall I can't reach. That would do my head in, to be honest. So yeah, and I can like rotate the products if I've got like certain conditioners that I want to try. So I think I've got a pretty good system, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to share that if you feel like getting a shower is quite a task, or you feel frustrated at yourself because you've not quite got it down yet, nobody has. Well, not everybody has. Some people have. But like, I am always learning. I'm always thinking, how can I do this better? Like, that's just the mindset that I've got. So yeah, I hope this helped. Obviously, it's a bit of a unique topic, so just be sensitive in the comments, and if you've got any genuine questions, I will be happy to answer them. But don't be a weirdo, because if you are, I'm just gonna delete it. Do you know what I mean? So just don't do that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and I will see you in next week's video, Sunday evening. See you there. Bye!